Okay, I'm explaining you the sales order flow once again. So I think before 2-3 classes, we started creating the sales order, but we are unable to perform pick and ship. Okay, I'm going to show you the complete process now. Order creation, picking and shipping. Okay, and invoice generation till. I'm creating the order, the first step. From the order management, I'm creating the order. Okay, and if you want to try, you can try. And this is the login. Okay, the login details I gave you in the chat. Customer I'm selecting, and I'm selecting the business unit, and after that bill to account I'm selecting, because the customer sites are controlled at business unit level, whereas customer is global, but customer sites are controlled at the business unit level. Okay, and I'm entering the item at the line level. $150 is the price. Click on add. And you can verify what is the pricing segment, what is the pricing strategy that is called. Based on the customer behavior, you can verify from view, pricing strategy and segment. So here this is the pricing segment and this is a strategy. The explanation given here. Explanation for the pricing segment and explanation for the pricing strategy. Okay. Explanation for the pricing strategy. Okay. So here the segment explanation is like this customer behavior is falling like this. Revenue potentially very high, customer size is large, cost to serve is low, customer value very high, customer rating very high. Okay, and for a segment explanation, for strategy explanation, this is the pricing segment, which is equal to this pricing strategy with the precedence of 10. With the precedence of 10. And other conditions are null. Channel method is equal to null. Transaction type is equal to null. Okay. So this is the explanation for the strategy. Next, I wanted to apply some discount manually. We can also apply automatically discounts by configuring discount list. But I would like to configure discounts manually. Discount percentage 10% and discount reason sales negotiation. So it should come down to, this is 15. 10% means 15. Okay, 135 is the price. Click on save and close. That's it. Okay, and from the shipping details, from the supply tab, select 001 warehouse. There is a stock in the 001 warehouse. So save the order. When you save the order, order number gets generated. See, this order number, it is automatically generated. I mean, we cannot control the order number. There is no setup to control the order numbers. My order number should start from 1000. My order number should start from 5000. There is no setup in Fusion. Okay. So if you are working on the real-time application, the first order is going to be 1. The first order number is going to be 1. It starts with 1. So you cannot set up like it should start from the 1000 or 2000. It is not possible. Okay. And when you click on submit, system validates whether this customer is having the credit eligibility or not, and also is there any approvals are configured or not. Is there any sales order approvals are configured or not? System is going to validate. Okay. So it may take few seconds to verify the credit limit for this customer and also the sales order approvals. And the header status is going to be draft. and the line status is the first step is nothing but the schedule step in the orchestration. The first step in the orchestration is scheduled. Okay, after that reserve. Okay, so go on to the reserve step. So if the stock is available, in 001 sub inventory, if the stock is available in the 001 sub inventory, then the stock get reserved against this order. How much is going to be reserved? One quantity getting reserved against this order. Okay. Right now, awaiting shipping. Okay. So right now we are under the sales order page, and if you wanted to go to the fulfillment page, where you can find out the orchestration details and couple of other details also. Okay. So for that, go to actions and switch to fulfillment view. Switch to fulfillment view. Okay. So if you don't see this item from the actions menu, that means your orchestration process is not called. That means your orchestration process is not called. Okay. So go to switch to fulfillment view. This is the fulfillment view, fulfillment page. Okay. And here order lines, return lines. Our order is not written order. It's sales order, not a written order. If it is written order, you have to see the data from here. But right now data is going to be empty here because this is not a written order. Okay. If I go to the order lines, if I go to the order lines, there is actually nothing to be verified here. I want to explain you about the fulfillment page. Okay, the second one, fulfillment lines. From the fulfillment lines, yeah. So from here, there are a couple of details are there. Okay, so I actually explained you about this fulfillment lines page already. Okay, and so from here, this is line 1.1, fulfillment line 1.1. And if I scroll to the right, order quantity 1, order number, and the source order is also same number, line number 1. And this is the orchestration process number. For every sales order, system will be generating one orchestration process number, unique orchestration process number. And here also you'll find the status. Fulfillment level also you can find the statuses. And this is the warehouse. Okay, and this is the orchestration process name, generic process, which is called. And the price of this item is $135. And the ship method it is used is DHL. The scheduled ship date is 7/5/19. Okay, because we have the stock, so it would like to ship immediately. It would like to ship 7/5. I think that's okay. I mean, there might be a calculation difference with the GOP. Okay, and this is the business unit.
Krishna,
Yeah,
what is that source order? Is it like when we duplicate
yeah,
that
right.
is the final order?
Right, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Since we are creating it manually, the source order will become the same one. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And if you click on the orchestration process number, you can see the steps, orchestration steps, like which step is completed and which step is about to complete. That everything we can find. Since this is a standard sales order, from the first step is the schedule step, and the next step is the conditional step. From the conditional step, system is going to identify whether this is a standard sales order or drop ship or back to back, and based on that, it's going to call the shipment or procurement task. Okay, look at here, the schedule step, and then immediately call result. And the next two steps are the ship and invoice. Okay, inside the shipping, we have two steps are there. Some wait for shipment and create shipment. Some two steps are there, and here also wait for invoice and create invoice. Okay, so this is called as task. Inside the task we have seen the steps yesterday. Inside this task we have seen the steps. Okay, and this is nothing but when this task is started and when this task is completed. So how many days we took to complete this task, that we can find out from here. This green is nothing but, so generally it is going to display, yeah, it is going to display like this. What is the start date of this task and completion date of this task? Okay, so from this page we can clearly identify how many days time we took to perform pick and shipping. Okay, and if you come to the bottom, going back to the fulfillment page. Yeah. So if I scroll to the down, and a couple of other details also we can see here. The important details are this OPS is nothing but this is the planning system. Okay, and OPS abbreviation is order promising server. Order promising server. Okay, so for order management, planning system is integrated, tightly integrated in Fusion. So the system is going to access the data from the planning system only. Okay, suppose if you create any item, any customer, any supplier, that need to be collected by the planning system. Okay, from the planning system, order management is going to access the data. Okay, that I cover in the coming classes. Okay, this OPS is nothing but the planning system. Okay, so as part of the order management configurations, we need to do certain setups from the planning side as well. Okay, from the planning side as well. And
like ASCP, Krishna?
no, not exactly. Similar to like that. Okay. And so if there are any in the supply tab, you can see the details like from which warehouse we are shipping, and what is the mode of transport, and what is the requested schedule ship date, requested ship date, and the schedule ship date and schedule arrival date, schedule arrival date. So these calculations are based on the supply and the demand availability, these calculations. So further we'll discuss about these calculations, how system is going to identify. Okay, and if you come to the shipping details, okay, and then the shipping details, it is displaying the shipping method and ship to customer and ship to address and ship to contact, ship to contact. So do not confuse by looking at this tab. The billing tab is nothing but it does not display the invoice details. It will display the bill to contact and bill to customer. It does not display the invoice information. The invoice information we can check from another page, not from here. Not from here. Okay, and any holes are there, we can see the holes information from here. Yeah, in the billing tab, look at here, bill to customer and bill to contact, that you can see here. Okay, so I'm directly coming to the holes one, and this is about item properties, item details. Okay, if you come to the holds tab, if there is any generic holds or credit holds are there, that is going to display here. That is going to display here. To release that holds, go to the actions menu and you should click on release holds. Yeah. So look at here, there is a holds, right? So here you can apply holds and you can release the holds. Okay. So it can be a generic hold or it can be a credit hold that you can release from here. Okay, from release holds. Okay. So this is the explanation about the fulfillment page, and where we can verify the invoice details, that we can verify from actions and click on view fulfillment details. Actions and click on view fulfillment details. This is another page. This is fulfillment page. From this fulfillment page, we can check the bill of lading number, way bill number, and quantity that has been shipped, and also the delivery number. The delivery number in Fusion is called as shipment number. The delivery number in the Fusion is called as shipment number. That we can verify from here. And if you click on the billing tab here, you can see the invoice number and invoice date and invoice amount. Not from here, not from the fulfillment page. Sorry, not from this page. We have to check from this fulfillment page. Okay, from the billing tab, you have to check the invoice number and the invoice amount. So what is the lot and serial numbers has shipped against this order, that can track from here. What is the lot number and what is the serial number? Okay. So right now we have not shipped. That's why these details are empty. Okay. So after shipping, we come back and verify these details again. Okay. So note down the order number 100353. I'm going to perform picking and shipping. Okay. So right now we are under the order management area, and I'm going to the inventory. So to perform picking and shipping, you should go to the inventory. So under supply chain execution, go to inventory management. Go to inventory management, and from there, so from the show task, okay, by default the view is like this. If you click on the inventory management, by default view is like this. You have to click on the drop down. You have to click on the drop down and click on picks. Click on picks and click on create pick wave. Okay. So the step is nothing but you should create a pick wave. From the create pick wave, you can perform picking and shipping automatically, or you can perform manually based on the release rule that you are selecting. Okay. So release rule is a setup that we can configure. Okay. So here the 001 is nothing but the warehouse. Okay. The first three release rules are related to 001. Okay. And if you look at the name here, this is auto ship. Auto ship is nothing but picking and shipping automatically happens. And whereas this is just manual pick confirm. This one. This is manual pick confirm. So we can quickly verify the release rule setups. I'll quickly show you the release rule configurations. From the release rule configuration, you can decide whether you wanted to automatically ship the sales order. Nothing but if you remember, I explained you from the PPT, 1 step, 2 step, and 3 step. 1 step is nothing but auto pick and auto ship, and the 2 step is nothing but you want to perform manual pick confirm and then later auto ship. 3 step is nothing but complete manual. Picking is manual, shipping is manual. Okay. So go to pick wave release rule setup. And these three we are talking about. Okay. The ship from ordination for our order is 001. We are trying to ship from this ordination. Okay. So let me open this one first. Okay. Auto ship. There are 2 checkboxes are there. So this tab is nothing but demand selection. So the orders that are created against this warehouse wanted to ship, and If you want, you can also directly give the dates. Okay, I want the orders requested from July 1st to July 3rd. Okay, something like that we can select. That means I would like to release the orders which are created within these requested dates. Okay, every time what we are doing, we are just entering the order and we are trying to release that order only. Okay, but you can also select the range. You can also select the range. I would like to ship all the orders which are requested from this range, and in the similar way which are scheduled from this range. Okay, this is the demand selection. This is the order selection. Okay, either you can select a single order to be released, or you can select a group of orders which are falling under this particular criteria or this particular criteria, or you wanted to release this all the high priority sales orders, you can select. Okay, so that system is going to release all the orders which are selected from this warehouse having high priority, high shipping priority. Okay, so this tab is nothing but related to the demand selection. Okay, the first tab. And in the options, this is related to the supply. Okay, so I would like to shift from this particular or I would like to pick and shift from this particular or, and if you want to specify the sub inventory also, suppose if your organization is having single sub inventory, then you can specify the single sub inventory here. Okay, then system will always try to pick the stock from that sub inventory only. Okay, or otherwise if you are keeping it empty, then system is going to pick up the sub inventory randomly based on the availability in that. Okay, or based on the picking rule that you have created, picking rule. Okay, and this is the staging sub inventory. And these are also a couple of configurations, the release sequence rule and pick slip grouping rule. Okay, the release sequence rule, based on this release sequence rule, the orders are get released. Okay, and in this pick release sequence rule, we can specify the priority. What is your priority in releasing the orders? The priority is the order number or order value or shipment priority. Okay, so that you can select from the release rule. Okay, what happens is from the release rule, suppose in the demand selection, suppose you selected from June 1st to, okay, my demand selection from June 1st to June 30th. Okay, so I wanted to release all the sales orders which are requested in the last month. Okay, that means from in the last month there might be plenty of orders are created in the system. There might be 1,000 orders has been created. So out of 1,000 orders, which order should be released first? That is decided by the release sequence rule. In the release sequence rule, suppose if you specify order number is the first priority, then system is going to release the order number in sequential one by one, in the sequence one by one. Suppose if you specify the shipment priority as the first priority, then orders are having all the orders. Suppose 1,000 orders are there in this duration. Out of this 1,000 orders, which orders are having high priority is going to release first, then low priority, then medium priority, then low priority orders are going to be released first. Okay, so that means out of this range, whatever the range that you are selecting, which orders has to be released from the system, that is decided by the release sequence rule based on the priority that you define. You can give a priority to the order number or order amount or shipment priority. Okay, and then pick slip grouping rule. The pick slip grouping rule is nothing but it's going to group the sales order lines into one pick slip. What exactly the pick slip? Okay, the pick slip is a document. Pick slip is a document which is given to the storekeeper or warehouse keeper to pick the material from the warehouse and to keep in the staging area. Okay, so during the O2C process, there are a couple of resources are going to be involved. It is not a single resource is going to create the order, is going to pick up the stock, is going to ship, and is going to invoice. It's a group of different departments and different people activity. Okay, suppose if I'm creating the order, somebody is going to pick up the material from the warehouse. Okay, that guy should aware what items and how much quantity should be picked. So that is nothing but the pick slip document. Okay, so you cannot verbally tell that guy to pick up that items and this quantity. It is not the right process of doing it. Okay, so you have to generate a pick slip document from the sales order. You have to generate a pick slip document from the sales order. So that pick slip document you have to give it to the warehouse keeper, so that the warehouse keeper is going to pick up the items which are mentioned in that pick slip report, and he's going to put it in the staging area. Is going to put it in the staging area. That pick slip report is going to contain what are the items has to be picked from the warehouse, and that respective serial and lot numbers also it's going to specify. Lot and serial numbers also it's going to specify. Okay, and in the pick slip grouping rule, this is nothing but grouping. Okay, I explained you what is pick slip document and what is meant by grouping. What is meant by grouping? The grouping, it is going to save the time of the picker. The grouping, it is going to save the time of the picker. Suppose you have multiple sub inventories. Suppose you have multiple sub inventories. Okay, suppose if a warehouse keeper goes to one sub inventory, the warehouse keeper wants to pick all the items from that sub inventory, and if he goes to another sub inventory, he wants to pick all the items from that sub inventory. So here, what is your grouping logic? The grouping logic is sub inventory. The grouping logic is sub inventory. Okay, so here not only the grouping logic you can decide based on the sub inventory, there are certain other attributes also there. So you can use those attributes also to group the items into one pick slip report, to group the items into one pick slip report. Okay, so that it is going to save the time of the picker. Okay, and how can system identify whether this is a auto pick or auto ship confirm based on these two checkboxes? So these two checkboxes are similar to the auto pick. I didn't remember those in EBS. Auto confirm or auto create deliveries. There are two checkboxes are there in EBS. Okay, so this is similar to that. Okay, so if you enable this one, that means you wanted to pick confirm automatically, and if you enable this one, you wanted to if you enable this one, you want to pick confirm automatically, and if you enable this one, you want to ship confirm automatically. Okay, so right now for our order, you can use either auto ship or you can also use the manual also. Okay, so I just opened auto, right? Let me open another method. Okay, I'm going to open auto pick confirm. Okay, so here in this look at here, this is manual pick confirm. To perform manual pick confirm, look at here, this checkbox is unchecked. That means pick confirm is manual, but whereas it is automatically shipped after that. The ship confirm is automatic, but whereas the pick confirm is manual. Whereas the pick confirm is manual. Okay, and here we can define the pick wave release rule, and that pick wave release rules can be used while creating the sales order. Sorry, while performing the sales order picking. Okay, so go to inventory management, and from the task list, click on the drop down to select pick. It's already selected to pick, and click on create pick wave, and select the release rule. Okay, I'm going to select auto ship now, and later we'll discuss about manual picking and manual ship confirm process. Okay, I'm selecting auto ship and enter the order number. Enter the order number, and if you click on show more, you can click on show more, and this data is defaulted from the release rule. In the release rule we specified, right? Release sequence rule, pick slip grouping rule, and these two checkboxes we enabled at the release rule level. Okay, whatever the data that you entered at the release rule level, that get defaulted here. Okay, so what is the demand here? The demand is just single order. Okay, we wanted to release the single order, and from the options it should be picked from this warehouse. And if you want to select the sub inventory, you can select the sub inventory, but I'm keeping it empty because I'm not sure which sub inventory is having the stock. Okay, and I'll perform release now. I'm going to perform release now, and this is release schedule is nothing but, suppose you wanted to release this order immediately, then you can click on release now. You can click on release now. This release schedule is nothing but You can schedule, there is a program for release. You can schedule that program to run at the evening. You can schedule that program to run at the evening, and you can add this order also to that schedule. Okay, we are scheduling the release in the evening to run maybe 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and I don't want to release this one. I would like to add this to that schedule. So if you click on this one, then this order is going to be tagged to that schedule. Okay, whenever that schedule runs, then that schedule is going to pick up this order also. The schedule is also pick up this order as well. Okay, but I would like to release this order immediately. Click on release now, and you should get the data here. Okay, so if you are getting 00, that means no data has picked. Okay, this is called pick wave number. This is called pick wave number. Okay, and number of picks generated 1, pick slips, and number of picks 1, because we have only one item, right? That's why number of picks is 1. Suppose if you are having 10 items, the number of picks will become 10. Okay, but how many pick slip reports are generated? This is going to display the pick slip reports. How many are generated? It is depends upon pick slip grouping rule. It is depends upon pick slip grouping rule. Okay, so further I'll give more explanation on the pick slip report grouping techniques in the next classes. Okay, so, and we'll verify the programs. Go to the tools and schedule process. Yeah, and the system has called a couple of programs here. So you can see the programs here. This is the pick slip report, and this is bill of lading report. Because we are doing picking and shipping automatically, that's why all the programs has run, the picking related programs and shipping related programs. Okay, because bill of lading is a program which is called during the shipment, and pick slip report which is going to call during picking. So all the programs are called and succeeded. Okay, so we'll verify the output. So pick slip report output. Okay, so select click on republish and go to export to PDF. This is pick slip report, and this document you should give it to the warehouse keeper. Okay, and in this pick slip report, this is the pick wave number and pick slip number, and importantly the shipment number. This is the shipment number. What is shipment number? 46195. 46195. And this is the movement request number also. Okay, so from which sub inventory the stock has been moved? From stores to staging. Okay, this kind of movement request is called as pick wave movement request. Pick wave movement request. Okay, and this is the item, and this is the quantity. Okay, and here you see the quantity here. That's it, send off report. Okay, and you see a column here, shipping instructions. Okay, if you have written any shipping instructions at the sales order line level, that is going to be printed here. That is going to be printed in this document, in the shipping, in the packs, in the pick slip report. Okay, the shipping instructions. And right now the stock has been moved from this sub inventory to this sub inventory actually in the system. Now you have to give this document to the warehouse keeper, so that the warehouse keeper is going to pick the material from this sub inventory. Okay, now I'll be explaining you other programs as well. And you know, bill of lading, the bill of lading is going to contain the company address and customer address, and what are the items that we are actually transporting to the customer. And this is the pack slip report. Okay, and the most important one is this one, shipment interface program. The shipment interface program, it is going to first, it is going to interface two things. One is inventory interface and another one is AR interface. The inventory interface is nothing but, so after picking is done, the stock is available in the staging sub inventory. Okay, from the staging sub inventory, the on hand should be detected. Okay, and on hand also should be detected from the temporary tables as well. Okay, that is going to taken care by the shipment interface. That is nothing but inventory interface, that we call inventory interface. And next one is AR interface. The AR interface is nothing but pushing the data from OEM tables to the AR interface tables for invoice generation. Those two interfaces are going to be taken care by this program, inventory interface and AR interface. So the inventory interface to detect the on hand from the inventory, and AR interface to push the data to the AR interface table. Okay, when the data is available in the interface table, AR interface table, when you run invoice program, import auto invoice program, it picks up the data to create invoice automatically. Okay, so this is an important program. If this program has not submitted, then sales order status is not getting shipped. Okay, and from the inventory side also, some programs are going to run. Sorry, not programs. I'll show you the transactions that are created from the inventory side. Okay. So let us go to the supply chain execution, right? We should go to supply chain execution. Okay, go there and go to inventory management and click on the task and go to inventory. And I want to review the completed transactions. I wanted to review the completed transactions. Okay, and you can select the source type as well. The source type should be sales order. Sales order. I wanted to see the transactions related to a sales order. Yeah, right. Yes, right, good. Okay, and give the item as well. Sorry, the item also. And I want to see the transactions happened against this item for sales order. Okay, click on search. Click on search. So it should display two transaction types. One is sales order pick and another one is sales order issue. Okay. uh, and this is our order. Okay, this is the previous order which I created, and this is the latest order 1053. Okay, again in this order, look at here, sales order pick and sales order issue. Okay, the sales order pick is nothing but from the store sub inventory, one quantity has been deducted and it is posted to the staging sub inventory. It is posted to the staging sub inventory. Okay, so this is sales order pick, and this one is sales order issue from the staging sub inventory. Once we ship the sales order, the stock available in the staging sub inventory should be deducted. The stock available in the staging sub inventory should be deducted. The one quantity has been deducted. Okay, for every sales order you see these two transaction types, sales order pick and sales order issue. Okay, the sales order pick is for transferring the stock from one sub inventory to other sub inventory, and sales order issue is to issue the stock from the staging sub inventory once the sales order is shipped. Okay, and now I go to the order page. From the order management, open the order. One 100,352. Okay. 353. Sorry, our order is 353. 353. Okay. And what is the status? Awaiting billing. That means picking is done, shipping is done, and system is waiting for the billing. Okay. And to verify the shipment number for this order, go to fulfillment page, and from the fulfillment page, go to actions. Go to actions and click on view fulfillment details, and from the shipping tab, yeah, this is the bill of lading number, quantity is 1, and the delivery number, shipment number, the status is shipped, and when this is shipped. Okay, this item is not having lot and serial, that's why this tab data is going to be empty, and we have not created invoice, that's why this is also empty. Okay, so we'll generate invoice. Okay, the invoice has to be generated from finance user. Right now we are under the SCM user. I'm going to the finance user. Okay, go to the finance user and fin. Okay, let's go down and we'll click on sign in. Go to tools, and schedule process. Run import auto invoice program. And the business unit is US. The sales order is from US business unit. And what is the transaction source has to be selected? Which one? This one. Distributor order orchestration. Do. Okay. This is the transaction source. And enter the sales order number. If you don't enter also, that's fine. 100,353. If you don't enter also, that's fine. It's going to pick up our order, but it takes some time. Okay, but now we wanted to run invoice only for our order, so it is going to complete quickly. So click on submit. And wait for some time. And you know, right, the period should be open to create invoice. I hope the periods are already open. If the error periods are not open, then let me throw error. It's completed, right? So yeah, it is completed successfully, which means the invoice is created. Yeah. So go to schedule process. Sorry, go to home page. Give me a second. Okay, and to verify, go to receivables and billing. Billing, and from here go to manage transactions and enter the sales order number, which is 100353. Click on search. Select the transaction source, which is due, distributor order orchestration. This is the sales order number. This is the source of the data. Click on search. No data. Display menu. So let's verify the import invoice program. All the three chain programs are also completing successfully. Nothing is here. This is the data, and interface line selected 0 and rejected also 0. Rejected man. What is the reason? the correct receivable account assignment. You must update auto accounting setups for tax. So there might be a couple of errors are there from the finance setup side. Okay. It's unable to find out the revenue account. There is some issue with the auto accounting rule setup. Okay. So on the auto accounting setup, system will be identifying the revenue account, but I think some issue is there. That's it is unable to identify it. Okay. But once the invoice program is successfully completed, and this is the place to verify. I mean, it's completed, but once the invoice is generated, so you can go and verify from the receivables and billing, and go to manage transaction, and you can select the transaction source as distributor order orchestration, enter the order number. Okay, and so that it's going to display the invoice number in the bill. Okay. Okay, so you can click on invoice number to see the data, invoice related data. Okay. This is the invoice page. Okay. So to create invoice and to verify the invoice, we are under fin IMPL user. We are under fin IMPL user. Okay. Since we are having some issues in the accounting configurations in the auto accounting rule setup, we are not able to generate the invoice, but I'm just showing a couple of other invoice example. Okay. Okay, team. So this is the sales order process. Periods is open, but its issue is related to something auto accounting. Okay. So please practice this one.